Hey everybody, I'm Robin KURIAN, and you are watching Run It with Robin. It is the 18th annual Tribeca Film Festival, and tonight I am here on the red carpet for the premiere screening of the remix, Hip Hop and Fashion. Stay tuned. All right, I am here with co-director Lisa Cortez for the remix tonight. Are you excited? Your friends, your family are here to see this, right? How are you feeling?
Family, artists, all the incredible people that we interviewed. So many people came together to make this film, and that we can celebrate that moment with everyone is really special. I think fashion is so disposable now. We get it in our feeds, something that we see on the runway last week, we can buy it at H&M.
Fashion Over will remake it.
Yeah, and so to think of a time when people first of all, when we didn't have access to all this incredible fashion, and when it was pure imagination and drive and entrepreneurship that drove people to go and create something.
What do you expect people to get from this film, from watching it?
I hope they get that Black creativity is a viable and important part of our society, and that we need to start changing the narrative and to tell stories of women and tell stories of people of color.
When it comes to hip hop and fashion, I feel like it goes hand in hand, right?
Definitely, yeah. No, they definitely go hand in hand. Again, it's about how you express yourself. You know, as an MC, I don't want to sound like anybody else. You know, when I get on the mic, I want you to be able to hear me from a new song and be like, yo, that's Rhapsody. Nobody flows like that. Nobody has inflections like that. Nobody has wordplay how she particularly does, you know, sets up her punchlines. And that's how fashion is. Like, when I'm walking down the street, I don't want to look like nobody else. You know, I don't want to go down the street.
Neither do I.
Right. Even if we got the same thing on, we got to freak it differently. You know, like, I like how you freak yours. I like how you freak yours. So it's all about, you know, taking pieces of something and making it your own.
Fashion is a big part of it. It's our uniform. It's the way we express ourselves to the world. So look at it as the best form of drag, to say this is who I am and this is what I represent.
Yeah. And are you part of the documentary as well?
Yes, I am.
How was that, just talking and reliving those moments?
It was great. It was great. You know, a lot of nostalgia, a lot of remembering the time when there wasn't technology and all of this.
Social media.
Right, and so we just were creating and we were living in the moment and following our passion.
What are some looks that you just will always be timeless, you know, in the 90s, 2000s that you just loved?
Well, you know, I think Misa's a really amazing use of color, especially with fur and with leather and different things like that. Those are iconic moments that will never go away and that we'll see time and time again.
Now, your family was in the thick of it when it comes to hip hop. Of course, your father, Diddy, your mother, Misa. And I remember there was a restaurant named after you, Justin's. I always wanted to eat there. I never had a reservation. But I want to ask you, what is it like? I mean, this documentary is about hip hop when fashion was just at like such a big, important part of hip hop. How does that feel for you, about to see your mom talking about, you know, the designs that she did for Kim and Jodeci? How does that feel for you?
It feels great, just knowing that she was always behind the camera. Now she's getting praised in front of the camera just for making these things happen. And it just feels so good because it's actually my mom, so I can like watch her on the screen. It's crazy. Right? It's a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of your mom's favorite designs that you really liked? And don't say that Little Kim, that one purple. Don't say that.
That's definitely one of them. I like that. The Real Love video, when they were dancing in Mary's video, they had like they were dressed tomboyish.
The combat boots, I think,
Yeah,
right?
I love that because it changed the way a little bit that women were dressing, just more boyish, and it was just like the 90s vibe.
I feel like that's coming back though.
Yeah, for sure, it definitely is.
Hip hop and fashion, and particularly Misa Hylton. It's been a long time coming for her. She's such a graceful woman and hardworking. And I mean, look, you're talking about coming from the 90s up until now to where I feel like she's truly getting the recognition that she deserves. I think the 90s is truly getting the recognition that we so deserve, because you have a lot of the kids of this generation that are impacted by that, and it's like we're reliving the 90s once again.
What do you want them to hopefully get from watching this?
Respect the architect.